Let's talk about something every adult should have in place: emergency savings. Life is full of surprises, and while we can't predict when things will go wrong, we can prepare for them. In this video, we're going to dive into why emergency savings are essential, how much you should aim to save, and most importantly, how to start building that cushion for the unexpected. So why should you build up emergency savings? Well, think of it as your safety net. Here's why having emergency savings is crucial. Reason 1, unexpected expenses. We've all been there. A car breaks down, a medical bill comes in, or the washing machine stops working. These things don't happen on a schedule, and they often come with a hefty price tag. Reason 2, job loss. In the unfortunate event of job loss, emergency savings can cover your bills while you search for a new opportunity. Reason 3, peace of mind. Having a financial cushion means you won't have to rely on credit cards or loans when an emergency arises. It can help reduce stress during tough times. And finally, reason number 4 is avoiding debt. Without an emergency fund, you might turn to credit cards, high-interest loans, or even family to cover unexpected costs. With emergency savings, you don't have to go into debt. Now the big question, how much should you save? The general rule of thumb is to aim for 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This might seem like a lot, but think of it as a way to cover essential costs like rent, utilities, groceries, and transportation in case something goes wrong. Here's a simple breakdown of how to calculate this. Step 1, start by figuring out your monthly expenses. Include rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, and any other essential costs. Step 2, multiply that number by 3 or 6 depending on your comfort level. If you have a stable job and minimal expenses, 3 months might suffice. If your situation is less predictable, or if you have dependents, aim for 6 months of savings. Okay, now that we know how much you should save, where should you keep your emergency savings? The key here is liquidity. You want your emergency savings to be easily accessible when needed, but not too easy to dip into for non-emergencies. Here are some good places to keep your fund. High-yield savings account. These accounts offer higher interest rates than regular savings accounts, making it a great place for long-term savings. Plus, your funds are easily accessible. Money market account. A money market account is another option with higher interest rates and easy access to your money. Short-term CDs, certificates of deposit. These accounts offer higher interest rates than a regular savings account, but your funds are locked in for a short time. If you choose this route, make sure the CD term is short, less than a year, so you can still access it in an emergency. Just remember, the key is to make sure your emergency savings are liquid and safe. You don't want to invest it in the stock market or anything that could risk your access to it in an emergency. Now that we know how much to save and where to keep your emergency fund, let's talk about how to actually start building it. Here are some steps to help you get started. Set a goal. The first step is to decide how much you want to save. Aim for a realistic amount that fits your budget and lifestyle. Start small, but have a clear target in mind. Start with a small amount. If saving for 3 to 6 months seems daunting, start by building a smaller goal, like saving £1,000 for starters. Once you hit that target, gradually work toward your larger goal. Automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account. Even if it's just £50 or £100 a month, it adds up over time. Cut back on non-essentials. Look for areas where you can trim spending. Maybe skip dining out, cancel unused subscriptions, or find more affordable options for things you need. Put those savings toward your emergency fund. Use windfalls. Whenever you get a bonus, tax refund, or gift, consider putting a portion of that toward your emergency fund. It's an easy way to boost your savings without affecting your regular budget. We know it can be hard to save, especially when life throws curveballs your way. But don't let that stop you from building your emergency fund. Here are some tips for overcoming common obstacles. If you're on a tight budget, focus on small, regular contributions. Even $10 a week adds up over time. Life happens. If you need to dip into your emergency fund, don't be discouraged. Just make it a priority to replenish it as soon as possible. It's easy to prioritize other spending, but remind yourself of the peace of mind that comes with having an emergency fund. It's not just about saving, it's about securing your future. The key is to stay consistent. Even if progress feels slow, every little bit counts. So, whether you're just starting out or already have a little saved up, building up your emergency fund is a smart step towards financial security. It's all about planning ahead, taking small actions consistently, and having peace of mind when the unexpected happens. Remember, emergency savings are not just about protecting yourself financially. It's about living with confidence, knowing you can handle life's curveballs. If you want more tips on saving, budgeting, and financial planning, check out the resources available at All Advised. Let's make financial peace of mind a reality.